First and foremost, before we get started, I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rekakadash, and the ones to those great millstone, while unto his truth, and also to those elect that is scattered abroad. I like to say, Shalom, and come back here today with another great and powerful lesson to the spirit and the power of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And the title of the lesson is News and Events. So I like to say Shalom to all our listeners. Hope this will help you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So before we start today's lesson, I have a quick news article here by The Guardian. And it reads, it said Nigerian bank CEO and family among 6 killed in California helicopter crash. Excess bank CEO Herbert Wigwe, his wife and son died in crash along with former group's chairman of Nigeria's stock exchange. So we know that a lot of these global events on constantly happen with a lot of what increasing events around the world, rumors here, rumors there. So these things will constantly pick up left and right. So we already know that the Super Bowl had just passed. So it was a lot of high level witchcraft, a lot of enchantment, a lot of rituals that that was brought forth. And also there's even rumors that this man could even been a sacrifice. So we already knowing that he was once allies with America, and also we seeing that he had turned his back on America. And he joined the BRIC nation. So we already know that and also Nigeria was on the uprise. Their economy was constantly growing. So we already knowing that all these things. Hey man, was it engineered or manufactured? We're not ignorant of Satan devices. So we already knowing that the Super Bowl had just passed. Also, we know that the Mardi Gras is another high level wickedness. All this wickedness is going on left and right. This low vibration. So they are constantly bringing forth all these enchantment, all these rituals, these synthetic cults that's going on. There's high level witchcraft, black magic, things are going on. So Super Bowl just passed. Also, we know that Usher, he performed at the Super Bowl. We seeing that the stage looked at just like a lake of fire. So, hey, man, we seeing all these things. They putting it right in your face. So we seeing also Valentine's Day. It's coming up. Another high level wicked with witchcraft and rituals, enchantment. All these things are constantly happening. So we already know this place is very dark and wicked. And one thing about it, we seeing that they're constantly trying to bring forth all these different dark energies, all this order out of chaos. We seeing this happen. Also, we know we right upon a great financial crash is coming. It's at the end of the dollar. Once again, it's the end of America. And also had a shooting at a Joel Osteen mega church in Lakewood. As said, one woman was killed. Also, I think it was a 5-year-old a boy was killed also. So we already know these things gonna constantly pick up all sorts of increased violence. The love of many is waxing cold and cold. Also, the Lord is shedding light. It's on all this wickedness. He's making Esau bury each and every day. And also in the city of Rafah, that's in the Gaza Strip, said that it was bombed and a lot of people are displaced. A lot of people was unalive. So, things are happening at a fast pace, news and events at a fast pace every day, one behind another, just like a domino effect. So we're constantly warning you left and right, warning before destruction. So we seeing these things are constantly picking up, once again, all this high level wickedness is going on across the world because what the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. Job chapter 9 and verse 24, but only for a short season. We're in that short season right now. So we seeing that this man here, this Nigerian CEO, which in fact was Herbert Wigwe, has been deceased. Said that he went down in I think a private jet over the Mojave Desert, if I'm not mistaken. But I have a video to back it up a little bit more. So we seeing that that's what America do. We don't it had not been confirmed, but it's it's rumors that could have been taken out, or could have been a sacrifice. So we already knowing that, the Super Bowl, Mardi Gras, Valentine's Day, what is it a coincidence? All these high level wicked pagan days, all these different traditions of men's and all this different philosophies. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it is that, if you're not seeking the Lord and don't have a spirit of discernment, you'll get caught up in this mix and you will be totally destroyed. So we seeing a lot of these things constantly happen. Also, it's rumors, reports that the U.S. is getting ready to deploy nuclear weapons to the UK, and also the Putin's prime minister has issued a warning. So we already know that things are constantly intensifying over there between NATO and Russia, also between Israel and Hamas, and also in that what they call the so-called Middle East, which in fact is Western Asia. We know that things are constantly increasing. Everything is on the uptick because the Lord is gathering the nation. The Lord is moving the chess pieces around. So we're going to constantly see all these news and events constantly taking place left and right. A rumor over here, mischief over there. And one thing about calamities and catastrophes all around the world, global events happening simultaneously around the world. The Lord is moving the chess pieces around. The Lord is visiting the earth that he created. So we know that these things going to constantly pick up, all of a sudden. So a lot of people are still relaxing in their lead, still are under this wicked vibration. But the Lord is constantly shedding light on all this wickedness, all this abomination, all this iniquity, sin, adding upon sin. But the Lord's getting ready cut it off. The Lord's getting ready to, to burn Babylon the Great. This place is getting ready to be a total wasteland. It's getting ready to be a lake of fire. And we constantly warn you left, right. So the Lord is getting ready to judge this place. So we seeing also, they were saying that this is going to be a jubilee year. And also when you look it up when you get a chance, also we knowing that coming I think it's in March, I don't know the exact date, but the Passover is coming up. So a lot of things are getting ready to come into play. And also we knowing that this April the 8th, this solar eclipse is coming. So the Lord says he's going to show many great wonders and signs, in the atmosphere, in the sky. So we seeing that blood moons, we seeing volcanic activity, earthquakes in diverse places. Also the Lord said he will pour out his spirit on all flesh. We seeing what people prophesying all across the world, telling you about, destruction of America, telling you about World War III, telling you also about the mark of the beast, the charagma, it shall go into your right hand or your forehead. You will not be able to buy and sell. So we are in these times. How do we know it? Because of what? The prophecies are speaking loud and clear. At the end, it shall speak and not lie. So we knowing that we're here. So the title of the daily lesson, once again, is news and events. So let's get a quick precept before we start the daily lesson. Videos. Let's go here to Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 12 said, "For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in a even net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare or a trap, so are the sons of men snared in a evil time when it falleth suddenly upon them." So that's what happened. All of a sudden, we seeing that this CEO, he got caught up in this evil net. And one thing about it is you never know when your time will come. That's why we always say, if it's the Lord will that we do this or that, because we're right upon judgment. And one thing about it, hey, the Lord have power over life and death. The Lord, he is the shot caller. One thing about it, if the Lord called you home, no one can stop it and no one can escape the hands of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. The Lord is constantly bringing forth all these different events around the world. We seeing it happening left and right, and they are constantly increasing right before what? The great and glorious return of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. So now we'll start the day's video, and after the video we will start the lesson, and I hope that you will get edified.
In Houston tonight, a peaceful day of prayer.
Active shooter out of Central area, Lakewood Church.
Turning violent. Around 2 p.m. local time, Houston police say a female shooter entered Lakewood Church, the worshiping home of televangelist pastor Joel Osteen, a mega church that can hold 16,000 people.
She was armed with a long rifle and a trench coat with a backpack, accompanied by a small child, approximately 4 to 5 years old. Once she entered, at some point she began to fire.
All of a sudden we just heard in the backstage, somewhere around the back out there, a few shots fired.
This man says he was waiting for a Spanish service to begin when gunshots rang out.
Officer and agent engaged, striking the female.
Police say the shooter died at the scene, adding the young child with her was hit and is in critical condition. Investigators say a man was shot in the leg, but is not believed to have been involved.
Once she went down, officers reported back to us that she threatened, that she had a bomb. So we searched her vehicle, our bomb squad, and also the backpack. No explosives were found, but she was also spraying some type of substance on the ground.
Police blocking off the area with many evacuating.
And I thought that I maybe could die. After that, I just sent a message to my husband saying that I love him, and to my daddy saying the same.
Authorities believe the incident was isolated. Pastor Osteen speaking out late today.
We're going to continue to move forward, and there are forces of evil, but the forces that are for us, the forces of God, are stronger than that.
Tonight, a community of worship shaken. Jesse Kirsch, NBC News.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about
So, meanwhile, you guys were distracted with this, the Super Bowl. Guess what I found? This Nigerian bank CEO died in a helicopter crash on the way to Super Bowl. Also, his family was on board, and not to mention a former chairman of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Not to mention that Nigeria applied for BRICS, which opposes the US. Being that Nigeria is on the rise, and how convenient you have a billionaire on board and you're trying to weaponize the US dollar. So what if, just what if, this is what he meant when he said, just like we drew it up. He tweeted this. This is a real picture. But he was also mocking us with this. This is a repeat year of 2020. I mean, that year we had the Chiefs winning against the 49ers. You know, if you wanted Kelsey to win, that he's linked to Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift means that she sways the vote for him. I mean, just pause and read, because this is uncanny, you guys. I mean, just watch out for March, because I don't know what's going to happen. And just like in my other videos, I told you guys, this whole thing is a ritual. I mean, come on.
Would you look at that? Ooh. Score is 10 plus 3 at the half. And what does that equal 13? Can't make this up.
And get this, I took this picture when I was at the Virgin Hotel in Las Vegas, and look at that. There's 13 again. This whole thing was set up from the beginning. My personal opinion, I think the next PAM-demic, because I can't say it, is going to be a financial one. What do you guys think? Comment below.
This is evidence that the second you stop paying attention is the second the Israeli government takes advantage. While the Super Bowl was airing tonight, the Israeli government has launched their attack on Rafah, where 1.4 million Palestinians are currently residing. And when I say residing, I mean forcibly displaced, sleeping in tents, all crammed into one another with absolutely nowhere to evacuate to. And already they have bombed 14 houses, 3 mosques, and they have killed, I know this says 60 plus, but I think the number is at 120 plus people. If you didn't know this, Biden had given Netanyahu the green light to attack Rafah so long as they had an evacuation plan for Palestinians. Obviously, Netanyahu knows that's not possible. They are as furthest south as they can go, so no evacuation plan, we're just going to attack anyway. Netanyahu told his war cabinet that they need to be done attacking Rafah before Ramadan comes, which is March 10th. That is in 28 days. Palestinians in Rafah don't even have another 28 seconds to spare, so I ask every single one of you to please go to the link in my bio and email your reps. All you have to do is select your state, put in your zip code.
Hello, y'all. So, y'all, something is going on that these folks ain't telling us. And the reason I said that is, let me tell y'all what's going on in Atlanta. Because I don't know what's going on in your neck of the woods. But anyway, they are shutting a lot of systems down. So we already know in Atlanta about the tag office system is down. And we had to go to Kroger to get your sticker. And I did that. And then I went to the library. All their computers are down. The whole system is down. And I guess you got to find out how to get a copy or whatever off your email or your phone or whatever. Some other type of way. They system down. And then I just went to Metro to pay damn phone bills, and they damn system down. So somebody needs to tell her what the hell going on. And she says an alternate way to pay your phone bill, but you got to pay it. You can't pay nobody else's phone bill. They got to pay the phone bill from their phone. If you paying in cash, you got to give her a damn a PIN number. Who keep up with the damn PIN numbers? Not me. In order to pay the bill, because they have to send it to your phone. They're going to send you a message back. So, y'all, something going on in Atlanta, but
it's time to strap up. It's time to buckle down. And it's time to get ready. We've never seen a mass invasion like this into the United States in any of our time. Yeah, we've seen refugees get transferred over from other countries by presidents in times past, but never a mass invasion like this, though. It's time to get off your screens. For those of you that are fathers and have families, and for those of you that don't, it's time to start prepping your homes and prepping your family for the months to come.
So we're seeing that we're very close. These news and events are constantly taking place. So we get started in the book of, and also, over in Atlanta, their systems are down, and other places around America, their systems are not working. ATMs, also different place where you get different services done, to pay your bills. A lot of systems are down, computers are down. So we already know that we are very close to that economic collapse. So, one thing about we're not ignorant of Satan's device. So we'll start in 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. We'll start here right quick. So we're seeing these things are constantly approaching. So they have a lot of distractions in place, like the Super Bowl, another distraction, also Mardi Gras, also Valentine's, all distractions to keep you docile, to keep you in a sleep state, keep you spiritually dead. And one thing about it will lead to your destruction. So now let's go here. Let's start with 2 Corinthians chapter 13, 2 Corinthians chapter 2, 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11, Salakia. Let's start here. We'll start there. There's a very quick lesson through the Spirit, 2 and 11. And it reads that lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we're not ignorant of his devices. So we already know what the physical counterpart of Satan is, Esau, Edom, the devil that the Bible speaks of. And also we know that advantage that he's trying to accomplish. We're seeing that he's constantly with these different events, these global events are constantly happening all over the world, one thing behind another. The Super Bowl, we're seeing right now, that was another distraction, with these rituals and all these different witchcraft, they're standing in their enchantment. So we seeing this right now. It's happening, at a high level. We seeing they putting it right in your face that he's not hiding his hand anymore because he knowing that his time is very short. So he's trying to get that advantage. What is that advantage? That advantage is what the new world order, this global reset, it's a digital society. This grain of rice, they want what? Total control. And their devices go into what? His mindset, his plan, his plot. So we already seeing that's what he's rolling out right before our eyes. We seeing all sorts of different events, different type of calamities. What happened with this CEO? These things, all these things engineered or manufactured, but it's all through the spirit of power. Yahweh, so we're not ignorant of his device. He's trying to get that advantage, So, but one thing about it, he's imagining a vain thing. The Lord's getting ready to cut him off forever. So now let's go here to 2 Amos chapter 6. No, let's go here right quick. Let's go here to Amos chapter 3. Amos chapter 3 and verse 6. Amos chapter 3 and verse 6. And it reads, says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord has not done it? So we seeing all these things are constantly happening, but the Lord is making these things happening, So the Lord is constantly bringing these increased events, these increased calamities and catastrophes all around the world, because we're living in the end time, real time. So let's read this again. Amos chapter 3 and verse 6 said, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord has not done it? So the Lord controlling both sides, the right hand and the left hand. The Lord created good and evil. The Lord is in perfect control. All we must do is constantly trust and believe in Yahweh, because one thing about it is that, hey, whatever happened, whatever happened, the Lord has got his hands on the elect, the true believers of Yahweh. By Hashem Yahushua, the Lord will never forsake us. He will never leave us, even though we're seeing all these things going on all around us. But one thing about it, if we don't have a spirit of fear, because we trust and believe in Yahweh. By Hashem Yahushua, the Lord is causing these things to happen all around the world. We're very excited. We're almost at the end of this thing. Our salvation is at the door. So now, let's go here to 2nd Ezra chapter 8. 2nd Ezra chapter 8. 2nd Ezra chapter 8 and verse 50. Let's get this right quick. 2nd Ezra chapter 8. See right here and verse 50. And it reads that, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time, which in fact is now, shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. So we got a lot of people walking in great pride, self-will, covetousness, lovers of themselves, not thinking about their true power. They're constantly, have a lot of, a lot of people right now still thinking that they're a good case. Also, they have received a consolation on the side. Have a lot of people are famous, just like that guy that went down in this helicopter crash. I'm quite sure he was not thinking about his true power, what I'm saying? Which in fact, he was a heathen Salaki, so the Lord ain't dealing with those heathens anyway. Salaki for that. But one thing about it is that we already knowing that, we got a lot of people all around the world walking in great pride, covetous, self-will, constantly despisers of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. So we seeing that the Lord is getting ready to bring all sorts of hail and calamity, death and destruction, the beginning of sorrow, great mourning, great death. It's right upon us. Even though Esau is trying to work that left hand energy, but the Lord is in perfect control. The Lord is getting ready to cut him off forever. That's why we see these events constantly happening left and right. So the Lord is getting ready to bring forth that judgment. And also the Lord said, first my judgment will start at the house of Israel. So now let's go here to Isaiah chapter 47. We'll close out here. Isaiah chapter 47. Isaiah chapter 47. We'll start, let's get this verse here, verse 12. Isaiah chapter 47. And we'll start up at verse 12. Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 12. And it reads that, stand now with thy enchantment and with the multitude of thy sorcery, wherein thou hast labored for thy youth. Say, if so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. So we seeing that the enchantment goes into what witchcraft, goes into what black magic, goes into what rituals. So we seeing that these a lot of these evil things that come like the Super Bowl. They seeing that they performing all sorts of rituals, satanic cults, all this different thing. You seen that the stage was like a lake of fire. All sorts of things that happen. All this wicked vibration is running rapid through the earth. But the Lord is getting ready to come back and set everything back into order. So we seeing this happening left and right. Verse 13 says, thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsel. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. So one thing about it, so we knowing that Esau, Edom, he believed in that left hand energy, that black magic. But one thing about it would not save him when the Lord bring forth this wrath. And one thing about it, we see that the Lord is constantly bringing it. The Lord is constantly making what Esau bear. So we know that these things are not working for him anymore. He's constantly getting exposed. He's constantly, the Lord is constantly putting a monkey wrench in his enterprise, his agenda, his devices. So we seeing that the Lord is constantly, is confounding him. And one thing about it, the Lord is getting ready to cut him off forever. Whatever he's tried to do, it will not work, because the Lord is bringing forth his enterprise, which in fact is the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. Verse 41 said, behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall none be, shall not be. So let's start back over. Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 14 said, behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves for the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. So one thing about it, the Lord's going to bring forth that devouring fire. The Lord, amen. In that day, there's no escaping the hands of Yahweh. Ba'ashim Yahushua. The day shall come that this place going to burn like an oven. The indignation of Yahweh. Ba'ashim Yahushua. The Lord is getting ready to bring forth that judgment. We cannot wait. We seeing this great destruction is coming upon us at a fast pace all of a sudden. So a lot of people are still relaxing in their lease, still are not considered, still are walking in great pride. And the Lord is getting ready to bring forth that judgment. We cannot wait. Verse 15 said, thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter. None shall save thee. So one thing about it, so we knowing that, this place is coming to an end. We seeing that all sorts of things are constantly happening around the world. We seeing that these all of a sudden things are happening, death, constantly being increased. We're seeing what the spirit of vision is constantly working left and right. People are dropping dead all over the place. And also we knowing that this high level enchantment, high level witchcraft is constantly working left and right. And also we knowing that what the devil is getting ready to come down with great wrath. We already know it because what he knowing that his time is very short. We knowing that we here in the end time. We knowing that we're right upon what Jacob's trouble. We're right upon the hour of temptation. And these news and these events gonna constantly happen. So we knowing that it's constantly right before our eyes. So let's get one more. Let's go here to Jeremiah. We'll close out in Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 51. We'll close out here because we're seeing all these rumors upon rumors. Let's go here. Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 46. Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 46. And said, unless your heart faint and ye fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land, a rumor shall both come 1 year, and after that in another year shall come a rumor, and violence in the land, rulers against rulers. So we seeing that, also we already knowing that there's already rumors what a civil unrest, civil war is right upon us, that silent invasions. Also we seeing what increased violence everywhere, all over the place, order out of chaos. We constantly seeing rumors upon rumors, mischief upon mischief. These things gonna constantly be on the uptick because what? We're living in the end time, we're living in the end time, real time, Salaki. Tongue is getting a little dry. But anyway, we're seeing that we're here. We're seeing that these things are constantly picking up. We're seeing that we are very close. All hell breaking loose. And also we know that World War III is constantly what? On the uptick. We already know we're in that last and final war, the battle of Armageddon. Right before what? The great and glorious return of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua. We knowing that our salvation is very close. And one thing about it, it's time to seek the Lord while he can be found. And how do you seek the Lord while he can, how can you seek the Lord? Through the what? Through the voice, through his mouthpiece, through the what? Through the prophets. That's how you seek the Lord early. And a lot of people right now still are not considered. They're still getting rocked back to sleep from the left-hand side. So all this, left-hand energy is at work, but the Lord's getting ready to put an end to all these things. The Lord's getting ready to cease the arrogancy of the proud, and we cannot wait. So the title of today's lesson, once again, is News and Events. So I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rekakadash. I like to say, Shalom, Shalom.